Welcome everyone to our Yin Yoga class. My name is Tammy and I'll be guiding you through the next hour. Our focus is on grounding, connection, getting in touch with the earth element. So really rooting yourself into the ground, letting yourself sink into the ground with the postures that we move through. Beginning in child's pose. If child's pose is not the best for your knees, you can come onto your back and then draw the knees into the chest that way too. In child's pose, we'll do wide-legged child's pose. So turn the right knee and left knee out to each side of the mat, uncurl the toes, sit back into the heels, fold forward, let the forehead rest on the mat, your hands, whatever is going to work for you, and just settle down into the hips. Here we take note of our breath, finding stillness. Setting the intention as calm, release, finding that connection with your body, your mind. Letting yourself be. In child's pose for another couple minutes. 'Letting the exhale breath be longer than the inhale breath now. Thirty more seconds in child's pose. Coming out of child's pose. To all fours. Sit back into the heels again, and then forward. Sit back into the heels, and then forward. Come onto the toes in child's pose. In all fours, and then sit back into the heels, and then forward. I knew that didn't make sense after I said it. And then all fours again. Slide your shoulder blades down the back. Step out with the right hand and left hand to each edge of the mat and circle through the body. Circle through the body the other way. Find your center, neutral spine. Okay, uncurl the toes again, sitting back into child's pose. This time we're not doing the wide-legged fold. Again, you can come onto the back and then draw the knees in towards the chest, and you can do a little bit of movement and then find stillness. Walk your hands over to the right side. Here, the forehead rests, making a C curve. Another 30 seconds. If you are lying on your back, you can come up to a seated position and then draw one arm over the head and do a side stretch. Same idea. Coming out of our side stretch on the ground, and then walk your hands over to the other side. Forehead again rests. If you are sitting on your bottom, you can have the arm come up and over. Feeling the length come through the side of your body. Feeling the earth below you. Feeling heavy. And then here, gently coming out of this side twist or side stretch by walking your hands back to the center, back to all fours. And a little shift through the body. Lying down on our belly into Sphinx pose. Elbows coming underneath the shoulders. Your pubic bone is down. Tops of your feet are down. Draw your shoulders down the back. Drawing your navel in. You can tip the chin in a little bit towards the chest. Finding stillness, pressing down into the forearms. As you draw the shoulders away from your ears. So press down to the forearms and then draw the shoulders away from the ears. Pubic bone down. Tops of the feet down. Long through the spine. See if contracting through your quadriceps a little bit will help you in this pose. Releasing Sphinx, right cheek rests on the ground, arms come by the sides. Shavasana on your tummy, your belly. We'll be here for one more minute. Let yourself settle. Encourage the exhale breath to be longer than the inhale breath. In the last 10 seconds, making your way out. So just nice and slow, take your arms by the sides, come back into that child's pose, sit back into the heels. And then make your way up to butterfly. Butterfly will sit on our bottom, taking the bottoms of your feet together. Sitting up tall. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Fold up and over the ball and forward. Arms may come over top of the legs. Forehead rests. You may also have your forehead resting in your hands or pillows. You can stack them on top of the feet and resting. You may have cushions underneath your knees. So cushions underneath the knees, cushions forward to let the forehead rest. Just setting yourself up. We'll be in butterfly for a few minutes. Take your time. And then come into butterfly. One more minute in butterfly. Feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper into this stretch, into this pose. Feeling the letting go, the calm. Fifteen more seconds. In the next 10 seconds, gently coming out. So nice and slow, always coming out of the postures that we do. Shoelace is our next posture. You may do shoelace on your back. You may do another version of shoelace. Shoelace is with our knees stacked on top of one another. So crossing the legs and then stacking your knees on top of one another. With your left leg extended, you may, a variation of shoelace would be the right leg crossing, and then you may cross your leg over so that the knees are in line with each other. Another variation would be lying on your back, holding your ankles or holding behind your legs, holding onto the tops of your shins. I'll do shoelace sitting on my bottom, knees stacked on top of each other, holding on to my ankles. Relax your shoulders. Take a nice inhale breath. Exhale breath. Fold forward. Let your head hang. With the fold forward, we'll come a little bit deeper into shoelace, putting a little bit more pressure. If you find that that is too much pressure, sitting up, gradually you may want to add the fold forward. Feel that opening, the lengthening into our hip area. That sinking sensation, the settling in to the earth with our hips, our pelvis. Thirty more seconds. With our last 10 seconds, coming out of shoelace, into the other side. And crossing the legs. And then this time, crossing your left leg over top of the right. You may have the right leg straight and then the left leg is crossed over top. The goal is to have the knees stacked on each other, on top of each other. Settling into shoelace. You may want support for the ankles too. You can place a little cushion under there. And then let your pelvis start to sink into the earth. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Letting yourself release into shoelace. Inhaling and exhaling into all those tight areas. Exhale, breath, letting yourself go, letting yourself release. Feeling that release of tension with the exhale breath. Adding the fold forward on your own time. Another minute in shoelace. Fifteen more seconds. Coming out of shoelace. Releasing the legs, uncross. Windshield wiper knees, side to side. Shoelace is always a great opener into the hips. Just letting the pelvis settle into the ground. Okay, come to all fours. Step forward with the right hand, left hand, downward facing dog first. Dragon is our next pose. So downward facing dog, draw the right leg straight up to the sky, three-legged dog, and then step forward with the right foot to the outside edge of the right hand, the right wrist. Okay, take the knee down to the ground, or of course you can have it still up here too. And then holding dragon. If your knee is down, make sure it's protected. You may use a knee block. Double up your mat. Cushion. Little foam. If you would like to make dragon a little bit deeper, come to the forearms. Checking to see if your knee is passing your toes. If so, readjust so your knee is not. Letting your pelvis start to sink down. Letting your body start to release. Take note of your breath. Coming out of dragon. Slow back to downward facing dog or all fours. And then take the left foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. Step your left foot forward to the outside edge of the left wrist. Knee may come down or leg is straight. Let yourself sink down into dragon. Feel the opening coming through the left side of your pelvis, your hip. Forearms may come down to the ground. Checking the knee, not passing your toes. For the last 15 seconds of dragon, make your way out, very slow, to downward facing dog or all fours. And then everyone, all fours to child's pose. Arms, bring them back onto your sides. You may also roll over to your back. We'll just be here for about 30 more seconds. I'm going to turn on a little bit more light. It is getting a little bit darker now. Okay, come out of child's pose. Folded caterpillar. This is when we're sitting on our bottom. Legs come out into a V. So remove the fleshy part from your bottom. Take the legs wide. Sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Folding forward. Forehead may rest on the hands. You can stack your fists. You can take the elbows down. You can use a prop like a pillow to let your forehead rest. Just increasing the height by placing your elbows down onto the pillow and then the forehead rests. Feeling your inner thighs start to release. Thirty more seconds. The last 15 seconds coming out of this forward fold for caterpillar. Slowly again. Okay, removing your prop. Okay, having a pillow. I have my bolster here, so you may want to have this pillow is maybe a little bit too small, so you may want to have 2 pillows for the next posture, that pose that we'll do. This pose is a little twist, tucking ourselves into our pillow, our cushion or bolster, the side of our body here, so just on the hip here. I'm going to fold forward onto my tummy. I may turn my head the same way as my legs. I'll take the top leg back, so that'll be my left leg, taking it back, placing my right foot on top of my knee. Adding a twist by turning your head and looking in the opposite direction. That may not work for you. That may be too much of a twist for the neck. So just keep looking the same direction as your knees. Thirty more seconds. Coming out of this twist for the last 15 seconds. And making our way to the other side. Again, tuck yourself into your cushion. A little twist, upper body comes down. You may look the same way as your knees or turn your head, but first set your legs up. So the top leg comes back, the bottom leg, the foot may rest onto just the top of your thigh or just the top of your knee. And then add the twist with the head. Or keep looking the same way as your knees. Thirty more seconds. The last 15 seconds, making your way out of this twist. Very slow. Into a squat pose. Using a cushion here or a block. So our squat pose will be turning your toes out to each side of the mat, sitting on top of your cushion or your block like this, taking your elbows into the insides of your knees, placing your hands to your heart center. Our back is straight. Thirty more seconds in our squat. 10 more seconds, releasing. That was really 15 more seconds. And then releasing now. Upper squat. You love doing squats now. And a cushion, it works great. Okay. Coming off of your cushion. And reclining butterfly. You may use your bolster again, your cushion, or lying down on your back without a cushion. I'm going to put the bolster behind my back. Bolsters are really nice for the support for the spine because they're harder, but a cushion will work just as well. So tuck yourself in, turn over so that your bottom, your lower back is actually just, lower back is touching your cushion here. Turn your knees out to the sides. Now, it's nice to have some cushions underneath of your knees for that support. So you have time, please set yourself up. I'll put one cushion on one side and one on the other. You may also use blocks like this. Turn your palms up towards the sky. Find stillness. Your hands may rest on your tummy too. 'Taking notice of your breath, the inhale breath, breathing in, exhale breath, letting go and longer. Feel the sinking into the earth with your exhale breath. Your pelvis starts to open, and then you might start to feel or hear a few little gurgles. Thirty more seconds in butterfly, reclined butterfly. Okay, coming out of butterfly. Just taking the knees one at a time in towards the center, and then roll over to the side, slowly coming up. Remove your pillows, blocks, set them over to the side. Legs up the wall will be our next pose. Lying down on your back. Legs up the wall, you actually may use a wall and then the legs will be against the wall. Or without a wall, legs up. Turn your palms up towards the sky. Or your hands, palms down. Wherever you're going to feel the most supported. Bringing our blood back to our heart. Coming out of legs up the wall, bending one knee and then the other knee. Draw the knees in towards the chest to cradle. Releasing, take your foot down and then the other foot down. Getting ready for Shavasana. Shavasana may be on the side of the body too. Legs can come out straight here or knees bent. You may open up the legs to butterfly also. Finding that support in whatever posture, that pose, I should say, variation of Shavasana that you would like to do. You may also have your pillows on an incline. You may do legs up against the wall also. So setting yourself up. Finding stillness. If you find yourself a little bit chilly right now, use a blanket. Place it over top. We'll be in Shavasana for over 5 minutes. So sometimes when you're still, you might need to be a little bit warmer, that your body starts to cool down. Letting your eye sockets be heavy. Lips together and then they part. Facial features relax. Your shoulders start to melt away. Imagine yourself at beautiful beach, white sand. You see the sun, you feel the sun, the warmth of the sun on your body. You open up your big beach towel, spread it onto the sand, and then let your body Start to relax and soften into your towel, into the sand. Feel the warmth of the sun on your body. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, Noticing the surface you are lying on. Letting yourself feel that calm from within. Letting that calm spread all through your body. Letting that calm surround your body. If you're lying on your back, bending one knee and then the other knee, take your right arm overhead, rolling over to your right side to fetal, taking a moment here, and then making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you everyone for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.